There are a few things in life you can count on: death, taxes, and Google somehow screwing up a Pixel phone right when it feels like they finally nailed it. And folks, let me just tell you, the Pixel 10, this might just be the biggest facepalm of them all. So buckle up, grab your overpriced iced coffee, and let's dive into what might be the worst Pixel phone ever made. Alright, where do we even begin? Let's start with the design, because apparently Google just gave up. It still has that goofy camera bar on the back, which now looks even chunkier than ever. Seriously, it's like a visor from a rejected Power Rangers costume. You'd think after so many generations of people saying, "Hey, this thing is ugly," someone at Google would have gone, "Yep, let's change that." But nope, here we are. Same bar, different year. It's like they're allergic to symmetry or subtlety. Someone in the Pixel design team must really love big rectangles glued to phones. Now let's talk specs. You'd expect a Pixel 10 to come out swinging with cutting edge performance, right? Nope. We're still stuck with Google's in-house Tensor chip, now in its 4th generation. And guess what? It still can't catch up to Apple's A17 chip, or even Qualcomm's Snapdragon X Elite when it comes to raw power. Geekbench scores? Meh. GPU performance? Don't even bother. It is like showing up to a Formula 1 race on a tricycle and then hoping for a miracle. Sure, it runs your apps, but heaven help you, if you try gaming or doing anything remotely intensive, you'll be greeted with heat, stutters, and absolute disappointment. And the heating issues? Oh boy, people are already reporting thermal throttling during video recording and heavy tasks. You know it's bad when you try to film your cat chasing a laser pointer and your phone starts sweating more than you during tax season. The thing warms up like it is trying to toast bread in your pocket. We are talking legit hand warmer territory, which is kinda nice in winter, but totally unacceptable in July. And what about the battery life? It is somehow worse than the Pixel 9, and that takes talent. With a 5000 whopping milliamperes battery, you'd think it could last all day, but with the inefficient Tensor chip and all the background AI stuff constantly chewing through power, it's basically a glorified hand warmer by 4 PM. You know how a phone is supposed to get you through the day? This one gets you through bronze. Barely. And if you dare leave Wi-Fi off, good luck making it to dinner. Speaking of AI, let's talk software. Android 15 is here with all its generative AI magic. But the Pixel 10 takes it to another level. And not always in a good way. You've got Magic Compose, Magic Editor, Magic Eraser, Magic Summarizer. Hell, every single thing is magic now, except the experience of actually using the phone, which feels more like a tech demo than something ready for the real world. It's like Google put all its chips on AI and forgot the basics. You know, like performance, reliability, and then battery life. Oh, and let's not forget the bugs. Pixels are notorious for being glitchy on launch, and the Pixel 10 continues that proud tradition. Random app crashes? Check. Fingerprint scanner deciding it doesn't know you? Double check. Screen tint issues? Yup. And don't even think about the Bluetooth. You're better off yelling your playlist at your speaker. The phone has more bugs than a campsite in the summer. Now let's compare it to the legendary iPhone 16. Apple's flagship might be boring, but hey, at least it works. A18 chip, blazing fast. iOS 18, smooth as butter. Battery life, reliable. Ecosystem, tight as ever. Sure, it is expensive, but you know exactly what you're getting, and it won't crash while checking your email. It's like driving a luxury sedan. The Pixel 10 in comparison is like a self-built go-kart held together with duct tape and hope. And the Galaxy S25? Oh man, Samsung literally brought the heat this year. Snapdragon 8 Gen 4 chip, 200 megapixels camera, that's not just for show, and an AI experience that does not feel half-baked. Plus, Samsung DeX actually lets you use your phone as a desktop. And what is Google offering? Magic voice memos. Cool. You know what else is magical? My toaster. At least it works consistently. Now let's talk the Google Pixel Fold 10. A phone that has one single job. Be better than the last folding disaster. And guess what? It failed too. Build quality is still meh. Hinge feels chip. The crease is still there like a permanent scar. And the outer display is awkwardly narrow. And yes, it still costs nearly $2,000. At that point, just buy a Galaxy Z Fold or an iPad and a burner phone and then call it a day. And don't get me started on the pricing. The Pixel 10 starts at nearly $900. For what exactly? A phone that runs hot, dies fast, and glitters like it's in beta testing? Meanwhile, competitors are out here throwing in faster chips, more polished software, better cameras, and an actual innovation. At $900, this phone feels like a prank. Google could have at least thrown in a free case or something, or a warning label. Even Pixel fans are starting to look sideways. Reddit threads are full of people saying, I love the Pixel, but this is getting hard to justify. That's like being a fan of a band that keeps putting out weird albums and hoping the next one won't be experimental noise jazz. The honeymoon is over and the marriage is literally hanging by a thread. However, in all fairness, the Pixel 10 isn't all bad. The camera still takes killer photos, especially in low light. Google's computational photography is still ahead of the curve. And the clean Android experience is nice when it works. Night sight is still a banger and the portrait mode is solid. But it's not enough anymore, unfortunately. Everyone else caught up and in some ways passed to Google. You can't just slap AI on every single thing and then call it innovation. That's like adding sprinkles to a burnt cake and then calling it a luxury dessert. And here is the kicker. For all the hype, all the marketing, all the look what AI can do features, most regular people just want a phone that works, that doesn't lag, that doesn't randomly restart, that lasts more than a day without babysitting the battery. They don't care about Magic Compose if their alarm does not go off, or if Face Unlock works 50% of the time. The Pixel 10 had the chance to be something great, to finally prove Google could make a flagship that was as reliable as it was smart. Instead, it's more like a science experiment with a phone app tacked on. You can almost hear the engineers in the back yelling, "We are still tweaking it. Just wait for the December patch." Meanwhile, iPhone users are over there editing 4K videos, sending files across devices without breaking a sweat, and gaming for hours without a temperature spike. Samsung users are flexing with S Pens and folding screens that don't suck. But what about the Pixel users? They are praying the device does not reboot during a Zoom call. So yes, the Pixel 10, not it. Not this year, maybe next year, maybe never. If Google does not seriously rethink its priorities, this might be the year the Pixel loses whatever goodwill it had left. Anyway, that is all I've got for today. Avoid the hype, save your hard-earned cash, and if you really want a new phone, maybe look at a Galaxy S25 or just grab an iPhone and then sleep easy. Catch you in the next one. Peace out.